Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening at whatever the time you're watching this video. First of all, thank you very much for taking a few minutes of your time and watching this presentation to understand the investment opportunity we are bringing to the table. As said that, a lot of times I get questions asked, hey, are you going to share these slides? How can we get these slides? So let me answer that first. Two QR codes. The left hand side one is if you scan that code, you will get this entire presentation in a PDF format, and you can watch it at your leisure and in a lot more detail. And on the right hand side is the booking form. It's a soft commitment form that I would highly recommend you to book your online booking form once you understand the project details and all. So this is a first come first serve opportunity. So I would highly recommend you to do the soft commitment form as soon as you are comfortable. Now, with that said, let me get into the presentation. So I'm going to go through some of the slides, may not be all of them. Of course, the entire PDF is available. You guys can look at it, but I'll highlight some of the things. Of course, as always, we have to start with a disclaimer. Any investment poses some risks. So that's what we listed out here. The subject property, what we are talking about here is a condominium units. So own your condominium units. The project is located in Aubrey, Texas. One of very a prime location, located surrounding major development areas. You must have heard about PGA, Universal Studios, and a lot of other developments that are happening within North Texas, within the Texas state. A couple of other things I will keep highlighting the key features of this project. This is basically a 45-acre land development, construction, and building apartments. At the end of this project, you actually own an apartment that is actually titled to you, and whether you want to keep it for yourself or you want to rent it out, it's up to you. Let me go to the next slide and dive into the details. Yeah, quick information about us. We are 5 partners as promoters. We have quite a bit of experience in real estate industry. Predominantly, we work in the Texas area. We have executed a number of projects at a large scale. We also have an engineering team that actually looks at and works very closely with the city planning teams and understand their growth aspects of it to identify the opportunities that at the right time so that we can bring a good ROI and good opportunities for our investors. So this particular slide quickly talks about some of the projects we have done. Again, I'm going to go through pretty quickly. It's 150 acres. This is in Belton, right on I-35 and 14 intersection. This is basically building up the home lots. 10,000 square feet home lots is what we are building. It's 150-acre project. Another one is in Van Alstyne, which is again very close to McKinney in the sense like 45 minutes away from McKinney, right on 75. This is also becoming one of a highly popular and upscale community. So this is 103 acres project where we are building half-acre home lots. So we are actually building the layout, and once the layout is completed, we'll be handing over a half-acre plot to the individual investors who can build their custom homes, or we will build it for them. Another project, which is a 450 acres, this is in Hubbard, right at 171 and 31. This is a multi-family residential, multi-zone, and a retail. So this is another project that we have executed. And another project is Whitestone Apartments. We partnered with another third-party company to build the apartment. This is an active project and already completed, executed, and it's in a rental state right now. That is quickly about some of the projects we have done. Okay, so let me go into the details about this particular project. So Aubrey City is located within minutes to, as I said, major development, and also very key cities. You must have heard about Prosper, Frisco, Salina, McKinney. All these cities are right next to Aubrey. Prosper is a neighboring city to Aubrey within few minutes. Aubrey is located very structurally located with a lot of major developments and also major connectivity to some of the highways around the city. That kind of makes it a little bit easy to commute, easy to reach. A couple of other salient points here is we have a road frontage to FM 2931. That is actually 4 minutes from 380. And this is actually an approved 6 lanes. So the road that is coming in right into our property, the entire, it's going to be a 6 lane highway connecting 380 all the way to 428. I will go through that when I show that map. Other important things is a DR Houghton. This is a, so if you look at the project where it's located, it's pretty well, within all the major developments that are happening. So DR Houghton is a very large builder. 1,000+ homes are already built, and this is catered to 5,000 homes. This is right next to our property, which is 0.2 miles. And also there is a Aspen Meadows master community right near our property, which is 0.1 miles. So right around this area, it's again another master community. Already homes are built, people are living, and a lot of growth in that particular area. One of the important feature or the data points you have to look at is Aubrey. Probably some of you have heard, some of you may not, but Aubrey is considered the third fastest growing across US as per RCLCO, which is real estate consulting firm, which actually does research on these real estate projects. So basically Aubrey is already on the radar. And again, as I said, this is the third fastest growing across US, not just Texas. A couple of other things, as I said, 4 miles to 380, just 4 minutes right from 380. I will show this on the map as when we go through. Property is not in flood zone. And another key aspect when we look at this particular project is water, sewer, electricity availability for the project, for us to start building the construction. Water, sewer, electricity is right at 0.2 miles from our project. So it is right there, so which is going to allow us to accelerate our development and construction. Predominantly, mostly that is the time it takes for getting approvals and all, but we have water, sewer, electricity right near our property. And also we have a written approval from city and also the Mustang Water District, who supplies the water. The capacity for our project is 636 units can be built on our project, and the capacity of water sewer is available for 636 units. So we are also pretty good in that way. A couple of other data points, as I said, very close to major development areas. As you can see, Universal Studios, you've heard about it. It's already started, planning their construction and all. It's within 14 minutes from our place. The same way, PGA Golf, already up and running in Frisco. The headquarters moved to Frisco. That is 11 minutes drive to our place. And so many other companies and growth aspects within the reach of this particular project. Now, before I go into further detail, let me quickly go over the location map that will give you a little bit more context, and I will connect the dots what I just mentioned on the property location map. If you are looking into the PDF, there is a link right available here. So if you click on that, it will take you right to the property location map. So let me open my Google map. So this is our subject property. So as you can see, it's a very well laid out project. Couple of things when we look at this component of this land layout, kind of gives us a very nice feeling about having a 7-acre pond right in the center. That kind of gives the whole community an uplift, and also a very good lifestyle kind of a community. And also very nicely equipped trees and all those things which we can utilize to bring the community with a more of a life as opposed to just an apartment. So our plan is to build the lifestyle kind of a community, grade A construction, and a very good amenities. That's our goal. And we have listed all the amenities in the next few slides. When I go to the deck, I will walk you through that. A couple of other things I've highlighted earlier on the PDF. Let me talk about those things. So 2931. So this is the main road coming into our community. If you look at it, this is the entry into our community. So this is our boundary lines. This is what it is. And this is the 2931 that is actually an approved to become 6 lanes. I will go through the city planning and budgets and all those things in a few seconds, but this is the road. So once it becomes 6 lanes, we have a right on the frontage of a 6 lane road, which is a big asset. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, there you go. Okay. So if you see down below, this is 380. If you are within this vicinity, you pretty much know 380. I don't need to talk about it. But if you are not, this is the most busiest highway with completely retail. As you see, so much of development around this, and it's very overcrowded already. So this is a major highway. So in order to get into our community, this we are actually going to take right after Aldi, right? This is Main Street. And then if you go on Main Street, this is actually 2931, and this is our property. So from here to our property, it's 4 miles, 4 minutes drive. That's pretty much it. And this is the road that is becoming 6 lanes, as I mentioned. So basically 2931 is becoming 6 lanes from here all the way and connecting to 428. So now I need to talk about 428 as well. So 428 is considered to be an outer loop. That's how city is planning to have a better connectivity of 428. So this is also an approved 6 lanes. So this is connecting all the way to 377. And from 377, there is a plan to connect straight down to 35. That is 35 is right here. 35. So this is actually becoming another major hub and also an outer loop, so that we have a very good connectivity from 380. This is 6 lanes, and then 428. And from our property to 428 is just 2 miles. It's just a 2 minutes drive. Also, this is a 1385. Again, 1385 connects to 380. So this is also approved to be 6 lane road. So basically, based on the growth that city is expecting, this whole area, there's already in plans to convert this road into a 6 lanes. 2931, which is our frontage road. This is becoming 6 lanes, and 428. This is an outer loop road. So that is what it is. So let me quickly go to the city plan of this expansion so that you can see what exactly happening. Before I go there, I also mentioned about Aubrey being third fastest growing communities across US. That is based on this article. So this is, again, this article is published by Real Estate Consulting, pretty prestigious company that researches market real estate across US. This is published in 2022, July, pretty recently. And if you look at this here, Aubrey, Texas, and it is ranked number 3, that is across US, and it's 200% growth. In fact, probably this is the only city that has got phenomenal 3-digit growth in the entire list. And if you see, we are in number 3. And the community that they're talking about, DR Horton community, the Silverado, is the community that we just talked about in our slides. So this is the entire DR Horton community that they were talking about it. So this is right next to us. That's another data point for us to see how much of growth that we expect in this particular area. Now, moving on to the expansion of roads and city planning. So let me go to that. Okay. So this is FM 2931, which is right where our exit into our community. So I'm going to scroll down. Again, all these URLs are provided in the references section. You can visit, but let me go through a couple of important slides they put up here. Okay. So basically, the plan is to convert the current road into a 6-lane highway. That is what the plan is, and this is what the city is already factored and also budgeted. As you can see, if I scroll down a little bit, a lot of information is provided. I would highly recommend you to go through that. And there you go. So there is a budget allocated. There's a plan of when it is going to be started or completed, and all those things already there. And also beyond that, they also have a role plan, how they are planning to start the construction in phases. So if you look at it, role 1, role 2. So our project or property is right around here. You see that the pond, so this is our project. So this particular road is actually a 6-lane highway that is coming right next to our property. The same way I also mentioned about 1385. Let me talk about that as well. Again, this is a parallel to 2931. Again, this is basically connected from 380 all the way to 428. And if you scroll down a little bit, the same, they also have a roll plan. Let me scroll down there. There you go. So a lot of information is provided. There you go, the roll plan. So from 380, how they are planning to start the construction. So this is again a 6-lane road. And I also talked about 428, which is just 2 minutes for us. It is going to be an outer loop. So let me showcase that. So as you can see, so this is the city, Aubrey, and our FM 2931 is this road, and 1385 is this road, which we just saw. This is 6 lanes, and our 2931 is 6 lanes expansion. And this is the 428 that I was talking about earlier. The 428 is becoming a major outer loop, again, 6 lanes expansion. It is connecting to 377. The 377 will connect to 380, and this continues and connects to 35. This is a major, this is the probably the easiest and fastest way to get on 35. And once you're on 35, that's the major highway across US. I'm sorry, across Texas. So this is another expansion that is right in this in our backyard. I've also talked about the outer loop. This is the plan of the city. So where this 428 and everything is becoming kind of an outer loop and connecting Fort Worth and the DFW completely. So this is going to be an outer loop. So this is the plan that city has got. Come back to the slide and talk about some of the things that you've seen in our Google map and also on our earlier slides. I just wanted to recap those things. Our subject property is here, 2931. This is what is becoming 6 lanes. And Aldi is right here. And this is the DR Horton property, that real estate consulting article that talks about it, and also 200% growth in number 3 in across the US. And you have a lot of homes here, Aspen homes. As you can see, this looks like a layout, but if you go today, it's already built. You will see the complete entry and all the houses and everything. You have another community again by DR Horton. You have MI Homes, Highland Homes, and in this entire 380, as I mentioned, a very thick real retail, pretty much. So you have Walgreens, Aldi's, and Walmart is right here, which is 8 minutes for us. So very conveniently located place where people want to come and live, and the city is already growing. Now, let me go to the next slide. 2 investment options that we are bringing to the table. So option 1 and option 2. Option 1, invest, and of course, see your ROIs on equity, and plus own your condominium unit. Again, this particular project is all about building a lifestyle kind of a community with a grade A construction and owning your own condominium unit with great amenities surrounding. Option 2 is invest, and then you take the ROI and you can walk out. So that's option 2. So I'll give the details, both option 1 and option 2, as much as possible. Let me dive into option 1. Okay, little busy slide, bear with me, and I will try to simplify as much as possible, but I will highlight the key aspects of it. First, let me start by saying, basically the way we structured this option 1 is how can there's an investor look at the equity grow as you are by the time you get handover of your unit. So what we are asking here is that basically book your unit with a $45,000 payment and nothing to pay till the handover of the unit. So that is in short. So basically spend $45,000 and nothing to pay till we hand over the project. So let me break that a little bit in detail and then also give you the timelines as well. That gives you a little bit more context. So it's initial payment of $30,000 by April, and after that 15,000 by October. And what we're pricing the apartment is around $229,000, and for 1,000 square feet apartment. So what we are saying is up to 1,050, the price stays the same. Anything beyond 1,050 square feet, per square feet is $180. For example, let's say if your apartment is coming to be 1100, so that's going to be 50 into 180. So that's what we are looking at it. If it is anything below 1000, the same reduction applies. Now talk about the whole process or the timeline wise. So the land acquisition is completing by April. Immediately, typically when you look at the construction projects, there are two phases into that. One is a horizontal construction. The next is a vertical construction. Horizontal meaning the entire layout, roads and water, sewer, electricity, and everything gets ready to be vertical construction, which is your actual apartment construction. So typically the horizontal construction takes at least 15 to 18 months. That's what we are planning. So from May onwards, for another 18 months, it's all horizontal construction. Once the horizontal construction is completed and we are ready to build the apartments, that's when we reach out to individual investors for their paperwork and pre-approvals and all. We have banks working very closely with us. We have mortgage companies working very closely with us. They work with you and then get a construction loan for during the construction of the actual apartment. So during the construction, we expect the construction of an apartment building takes around 6 to 8 months. During that time, we're going to be taking a construction loan, interest-only construction loan, and that is all the interest and every payment is paid by the ARCK developers, us, not by investor. And once we finish the apartment construction and we are ready to hand over, like the title and everything, that's when this construction loan will convert into a typical conventional loan, and then you will start paying your loan after that. So just to give you a whole summary of the timeline, so 30,000 today, 15,000 October, and you don't pay anything till another 15 months or so, nothing. And after 15 months, there is a loan process we will go through, and we will take an interest-only loan, okay? But all the interest payments are done by ARCK developers. That means you as investor not paying anything. By the time we hand over the apartment, that's when the loan gets transferred. So from now till say let's say the handover of the unit, probably towards the end of 2025, beginning of 2026, you don't have to pay anything at all till we hand over the apartment. Once the apartment is handed over, of course, the loan gets transferred to you. And of course, if you have cash, you can pay it off, or if you want to continue with the loan payments, that's a responsibility of the investor. What we are also expecting by the time we hand over the apartment, the value of that apartment would be anywhere more than 300K. So that's again a lot of equity generated during this time by only paying 45,000 and waiting for the project completion. Once you get the handover of the unit, the equity is already built up. So that's the whole model that we've designed. Now, a couple of other things also. A lot of times we also get questions about funding sources. I mean, say of course, if you have liquidity, you can pay cash. Of course, we established an escrow account. All the funds will be going to the escrow account so that every transaction is pretty tightly monitored and regulated and controlled. And we also have established with a New View Trust, which is a very highly reputed self-directed IRA a funding program. That means any of your IRA and 401k cash, portion of it can be invested in real estate. Again, this is a very highly regulated industry. So we have to go through a lot of compliance and approvals in order to establish that, because you're actually using your IRA funds, 401k funds to buy the real estate. So I would highly recommend, if you have not done that, go to the New View Trust website. There is a 5-minute video of what are the benefits and advantages of that. So you can use the IRA funds as well. So multiple sources we allow to invest in this particular project. So that is on a pretty, I think, as much as detail I can give you. But of course, anytime any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Now, good. So option 2 invest $20,000, and after the horizontal construction is completed, which is 15 to 18 months, we are going to appreciate the land value at that point in time, and whatever is the appreciation, that's the ROI for you. So that's as simple as that. So you invest 20,000, if land gets appreciated, typically after the horizontal construction is completed, land typically gets appreciated per square feet price. So we expect by the time the land depreciation on this would be around $13 to $14 per square feet. Typically right now in that area after the horizontal construction is around $11. So we expect that growth already. So that's what is actually your ROI is going to be. Again, the appreciation is done by bankers and appraisers. They actually appreciate the land value, and that is the land appreciation is what the ROI comes straight to you. This is the option 2, pretty much. And the other question I want to also address here is, once after horizontal construction is completed, then if they are interested to buy an apartment, obviously they can, but it is not going to be priced at $229. It is going to be priced at whatever is the price that is at that point in time. So that's the model of option 2. So basically, now let me go back to option 1 and highlight one more point here. So we kind of building 600 apartments in this, but we are only sourcing 400 units right now, basically. So we are keeping those 200 apartments, not selling to anybody. There are 2 reasons to that. One, that is going to be used because the land doesn't have any lien, and 200 apartments is not sold to anybody, still owned by the LLC, the firm. That is a big asset for the bankers for the cash flow. It means there are loans and good enough cash flow for our construction. So we're safeguarding that way the project plan with enough liquidity. Now, second reason also, after the horizontal construction is completed, we expect this apartment to be around 260, something like that, so that we can sell all those 200 apartments at that point in price. So that's the second reason for that. So after the horizontal construction is completed, we are expecting it to be a higher price at around 260, and we're planning to sell our remaining 200 at that point in time. That's also the reason. So we are safeguarding both the financial side of it. So we have enough cash flow, liquidity for our project planning. Second, obviously, we are also expecting it to grow so that we make a little bit more margins on that. So that's also the reason. Now, let me quickly, so again, I mentioned this, let me quickly highly walk through this, the execution plan. So right now, the phase 1, we are land acquisition, engineering and construction and everything, and then we're going to get into the vertical construction. So as I said, this is going to take around 15 to 18 months. And after that, immediately, we're going to start the vertical construction. So meaning there is a construction happening here, which is your horizontal construction. And then we're going to switch to vertical construction. And after the vertical construction is completed, we're going to go into the stabilizing phase, which is your property management and all those things. We, ARCK developers, are planning to maintain and manage this property through our own property management company as well. So that's again another advantage to upkeep of the community and all those things. Now, again, what as investor should do now, and what's the plan? Right now, we are expecting everybody, we are hoping everybody will do commitments of commitment form that you saw earlier. Please do that. And funds are all getting transferred again to an escrow account. We already established escrow account, the process and all those things. We will share the wire instructions. And then our internal agreement starts coming in, like our TREC contracts, our SEC contracts, and so on and so forth. And once the closing of the land is completed, we are expecting that to be April or May 1st week, around that time. Immediately our planning and civil engineering starts. So this is the horizontal construction side. In 18 to 24 months, or maybe 15 to 20 months, so our horizontal construction is completed. That's when the option 2 investors will get the ROI, and then they go back, and the option one, which is a condominium unit, will appreciate the equity along with the equity. They will continue to the construction. Once the construction is completed, you will get the apartment. So that's the whole plan of it that we are executing. Now, let me quickly walk through a couple of, again, as I said, if you look at the layout, it's very well structured, both aesthetically and then pleasing, with a very nice 7-acre man-made pond and all those things. It kind of provides a very good lifestyle kind of a community. And also we are covering quite a bit of amenities. We have listed all the amenities that are going to be part of the community, and also what are the apartment amenities that is also coming as part of the apartment. We are planning this to be, again, as I said, to build in such a way that where people want to come and live. People want to come in and spend their time after their office or after their busy schedules, coming to the home where they can see a very good, well-maintained layout with nice walking trails, park, and pool and all those things. So that's what we are planning. And again, at this point in time, we are planning to build 3 floors. Each building may contain 20 to 24 apartments. That's what we are planning at this point in time. And of course, the designs here you see is all replicas, of course, tended to change based on the discussions and permissions and so on and so forth. We also recommend one more thing is to bookmark the FAQ link. There is an FAQ link in the last page of here, the PDF. That takes you to a live FAQ page. We keep updating the FAQ with a lot of questions coming up on our clarifications and all, which will, and I think most of the questions that comes to us are already addressed here. But if there is any question that comes up, we keep updating this here as well. Please go through this link as well. Now, I think I pretty much covered most of the stuff. Let me go back to the property here. Okay. Again, please, I would also highly recommend, if you're from the vicinity, surrounding places, please go and visit the subject property. You would see the amazing growth that's already there right now. And you will see how much of traffic, how much of movement is happening around the city. If you have friends in this vicinity, please ask them to go on behalf of you. And we also, I mean, I live right close by. I live like 25 minutes away from this place. So we are always available. If you are planning to visit, we can come and walk you through the entire project, project property as well. I think that's pretty much it that I have in mind. Let me quickly go back to the QR codes. Again, please scan these codes. The left-hand side gives you the entire deck that we just walked through. And then the right-hand one is the soft booking form. Please, I would highly encourage you to go and do the soft booking so that we have your information, and then we can start communicating with you on the next steps. I think that's pretty much I have it. Thank you very much again. Again, thank you for your time. Please feel free to forward this recording to any of your friends, families, and groups. We highly appreciate it. Thank you all.